Hi, I'm Marcia Lehman, and I'm a Knox County Master Gardener. Today we're going to be pruning a Deutzia. That's Deutzia scabra. It is a member of the hydrangea family. And by definition, being in that family, they tend to be dense, they are deciduous, they drop their leaves, and they are a beautiful flowering shrub. So for a short time in the spring, it is absolutely covered with blossoms like you will see in the handout. As a spring bloomer, it gets pruned after flowering. So all the flowers are gone from here. You have the option of removing the little dead sprigs that used to hold flowers, but that's not necessary. What we're going to do on this shrub today, I would call a pretty major tune-up. First of all, I'm about 5 feet tall. If we pan up, you'll notice this thing is quite tall. We couldn't get the whole thing in a single frame without making me about 1 inch tall. So we'll just pan up and pan down to show you the height of this. Now, normally Deutzia grows a little more erect, but because of where this is planted and the fact that when it was planted there were several large trees around, it has always stretched for the sun, which is what has contributed to its shape. That's just a fact of nature. So again, this blooms in the spring, so we prune it after it flowers. You can do the 4 Ds, dead, disease, damaged, dysfunctional, any time of year. We do have some dead in here, but what I'm going to do is put the clipboard down. You can find the PDF by following a link in the description below the video. I'd encourage you to look at that because it has some additional references. But I'm going to put this down, grab my tools. I will be using a whole lot of tools today, but I'm going to start at the bottom because we're going to clean up. We'll zoom in for you, but I'm going to clean up a few extra stems that are at the base. And as in many of my videos, I like to start at the bottom. And if we can zoom in here and follow my hands all the way down here, we got another little shrub in the way. This comes up and is out to the side and has a fair amount of dead on it. And rather than clean up a whole bunch of stuff along the branch, I'm just going to take this all off as low as I can go, and for that I'm using a reciprocating saw. That was a little bigger than I could have done with my loppers. Let me pull this out and I'll show you the diameter of what we just took off. That's probably pushing, that's more than 1 inch, a little more than 1 inch, and that would have been a real grunt of a cut using my loppers. But when I take that and pull that out, now I've kind of opened up the Deutzia. That's a major cut. Now I can come in, and in the process this broke, so clearly it wanted to come off. So now here's another branch that comes out, and we're right close to where cars get parked. So I'm going to take this off right back at the branch node, toss that out of the way, and then actually want to come back down to the bottom because there's a couple more things, a little smaller. Here again, here if we can follow my hands, we've got, this is really dead. We've got a pretty significantly dead with a couple of wispy little things. So I'm just going to take that off as low, back at a branch node. And here, not quite sure where that goes, but it grows back through the center of the shrub, or it did at one time. Here's it, whoop. And sometimes the dead just breaks off in your hands, and then you know for sure you need to take it. This is, that has some live on it, but it grows all through the center of the shrub, so it really needs to come off. So I'll take it off down here. And then I probably need to cut this out because of the way it wraps around. So there's the lower part of it, and here's the upper part. And what's happening here is it comes up and it branches, and this branch wraps around one way and this one branches another way. So it's really entangled. So it'll take a couple of cuts to get that out of there. Now I'll come up and do a little closer inspection. Some of this really spindly stuff, it's got some green life on the end, but man, where I cut it, it looks mostly dead. If I come up here, well, that just broke off. That's gonna just break, so what is, yep, that one was completely dead. There's something dead hanging in my face. That's dead, that comes back here. I can't get there yet. That's, I can get part of it. Sometimes you can't get it all in one cut, you gotta take 2 cuts. So this is one where I don't have a lot of room to work in the back and you won't be able to see me in the back. Here's a larger branch. Now I had cut off the back side of it, but it wraps around and I'm going to take it off here. And again, I can't get my loppers in there, but I can get the reciprocating saw in there. So that's out of the way. Now what we've got to deal with is a bunch of crossing rubbing. Here's another one, if I can clean out. I'll come at it from the bottom side. Well, can't get there. Come at it from this side. While reciprocating saws are nice for this, the thing you'll notice, I use a fairly short blade because a longer blade is likely to nick an adjacent branch, and I don't really want to do that. So that was dead. Now, we are going to follow the 1/3 rule today, but remember, anything that's dead doesn't count towards the 1/3 pruning budget. Now we're into, oops, there's a something remnant. Now we're into, how do I thin this? And I'm going to try and work my way back around here and look at it from the back side. Or maybe come around to here. If we can zoom in a little bit, we have a couple of stems here that are clearly newer and younger. The bark, if we're really zoomed in closely, looks like it has stripes. So that's newer, this is newer. And then the older stuff is what has the exfoliating or the peeling bark. And that's just a natural thing that it does as it ages. But I'm looking at stuff coming up through the center, and being a multi-stem shrub, we can take out some of these so that these younger ones, which are pretty erect, will have a better chance of remaining erect. What I'm looking at now is I've got a young stem here and a young stem here and an old one in the middle, and if I follow that, this is a pretty significant cut, but if I follow it, it comes down to a branch, and I'm going to take it off there. Did I get it? Not quite. Yep, there it is. I made a pretty serious cut, 1.5 inches, maybe 1.75 inches down here, that went all the way up through the center. So you can now see the center looks way more open than it did before, and one single cut took that out. Now, the fact of the matter is I had to cut it into 2 pieces to actually disentangle it from all the other branches. So there's a couple of other candidates for that, and that's what I'm assessing now. In between snips here, I am consulting with the homeowner because I don't want to do something that interferes with the plans. Now, what we've agreed upon is that this branch, which comes off of here and then hangs down, is the next to go. So I'm going to. That's pretty quick. And what you find, this one had actually been rubbing against an adjacent branch. So by taking that off, we no longer have that rubbing. Now the question is, we have this branch that comes back up. I think we'll keep that, but we'll take this off because it wants to grow back this way. So I'll make that cut here. And again, that opens it up. That takes a little weight off, so this actually goes up a little higher than it had been before. So we're going to pause again and figure out our next cut, because we still have a bunch of branches here that we need to decide which one gets to stay and which one goes, because they are definitely rubbing and kind of twining around each other. So we'll pause for a moment to make the next decision. We took a couple of branches out that were crossing and rubbing because we don't want that wound. And then we were left with this, which had a lot of dead stuff on it, and one branch that comes up and goes a ways up, but it's in the very middle. It's the only branch left, so we have agreed to take this off much lower, and this is probably going to be the biggest cut we've made all morning. Yeah, this one is easily 2.5 inches in diameter, and it's got a hole right in the very center of it, so I don't think that was a particularly healthy limb to start with. With that, if we come back and just try and get a shot of the, let's do another pan up and back down. I haven't taken any height out, except as I took out a branch, and it may have been a tall branch, but I have not done anything on a step ladder or a stool or anything. It's all been done from the ground. We have definitely thinned this out a bit, and it should get a little more sunlight and respond well. So again, this is a Deutzia, a relative of the hydrangea. It likes similar conditions. This one was planted in a spot that for several years was probably too much shade, which is why it grew the way that it did. But we've now cleaned out all those low-hanging branches. We've cleaned out rubbing, crossing branches. In another year, there might be another 1 or 2 of these older stems that we decide to take out. And from this point forward, it should need more of just a routine annual cleanup, and not as extensive as what we did this morning. This morning, I would consider this a renovation pruning. So again, that's the Deutzia scabra. I hope you learned something today, and we thank you for joining us.